It is the Riot Podcast. Hello, I am Hudson.
Almost wish it was like in an echo chamber. Hello, hello.
I was thinking of Seinfeld. Hello,
yeah. See,
Jerry.
You know,
hello.
I've seen plenty of Seinfeld episodes, but nothing that I remember, and nothing that I never get your quotes, and I never get Chris, our engineer.
Yeah.
He comes in, he's all excited about Seinfeld all the time.
Yep.
And I just am like, I don't even know what he's saying.
Well, to be honest with you, Chris does that with a lot of things.
With a lot of
whether
shows.
it's like movie references and TV.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is he's more probably 80s than I am.
Sure.
So he goes back a little further with a lot of the movies, and then but then he also talks about all this technical mumbo jumbo that you also have to just
we all
have the IT guy or the engineer, whatever that we know, and you smile and nod and you pretend you understand.
That's it.
And then you call them when you screw something up.
It does include all the Seinfeld references, but we talk about the new Lego set, what they announced yesterday for Seinfeld.
And we also we have our food fight with the Pringles. We had, what were the flavors? We had the Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich.
Hang on. We got, Wendy's spicy chicken. We got Pringles, scorchin' sour cream and onion.
Yep.
And
the rotisserie chicken. And you have to listen, find the food fight. You can even check it out if you want the video on the RadioU Facebook page, where the rotisserie chicken has a distinct flavor to it.
It's a little bit something else.
Yeah, but we're not going to spoil it, so you need to go check that out.
Now they're going to the break room.
Yes.
So we'll send the Pringles on over there.
After the sun reaches its peak at noon.
A little later.
Montana and Idaho, they have done something that makes Nikki and I want to book our vacation. We're going to have a big trip.
Nope.
Yep.
Hang on before you're like, hey, I'm in Montana. Are you coming, Nikki? You're going to have to wait to hear this story.
Too late.
It's a trick. It's a trap.
No. Yes, it is a trap.
It's literally a trap.
We are going to be setting traps. And so that's near the end of the podcast. You're going to stick around for why Nikki and I are going to Montana and or Idaho on our next group
Riot vacation.
Yes. So we're going to be filming it, and it will be airing on
that'd be even worse. Animal Planet or something.
Animal Planet. They wouldn't show that. It'd have to be one of those like sports networks that's 24/7 sports, but like way worse.
I feel like Discovery Plus would be all over it.
There used to, they might. That sounds like a Discovery Plus thing. There used to be there's like the Big Game channel, maybe. I don't know, something like that.
No, not with us going. But again, you have to wait till you get to the end of the podcast.
And let's see, in West Virginia, they set a world record, and you're going to love to hear who's involved in that and what they did. Make
sure you text and say hi, 877-2-RADIO-U. We love to hear from you guys every day who show up and put up with the podcast.
Yes. Thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
You almost missed hearing this one. We just couldn't let that happen. The worst of the riot. RadioU.
Joey Chestnut won the hot dog eating championship, the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Championship. That was, of course, on July 4th, as it is every year. He set the new record by getting to 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes this year.
Doesn't that sound amazing but disgusting at the same time?
It so does. How does he... And it just really makes you question how it's even possible, especially when you start to see the stats that come out where... you want to take a guess about how many calories would be estimated in 76 hot dogs?
Oh, gosh. We always think things have less calories than they do. So are we talking like 10,000, 12,000 calories?
Oh, you're a sweet kid, aren't you? Yeah. You're about halfway there.
Because do they eat the bun? Is it always with the bun, or is the bun
what has to be the bun?
They sop in like the water and then they put it all down.
Yeah.
So gosh, even the buns. Okay, then maybe.
I always thought that when they soak it in the water first, or they dip it in the water, I think that's to lubricate, like just to make it go down quicker.
I think so, yeah.
But I always thought that would take up more space.
Well, I thought it would expand your stomach more with all the water.
That's what I'm thinking. But
at 76 hot dogs, it doesn't matter.
No, yeah, I guess you can't argue with the results. But it turns out it is actually roughly 22,800 calories.
Whoa, for the 76 hot dogs?
Yes.
In 10 minutes?
Uh-huh.
What did your body do with that?
Don't even question about the fat content.
1,800 carbs. What do we do? That's
How
not
long do you have to be on keto to cancel that out? That's not covered in this.
I've never seen a food eating documentary, but I think it'd be fascinating to see like the aftermath of what that is.
Yeah.
Like, how does your body recover? Do you eat light like all the other times? Like, how do you eat going into it?
I don't know. Because you have to train. Like,
Yeah,
you can't
do.
just go your whole life and then all of a sudden eat 76 hot dogs or even do it once a year. There's totally training involved. So I don't know what that exactly looks like. But you hear that and then you see him and he's not large in any way. Like, he's really below, I would say, undersized, like thinner than the average human. So he's in good shape. How does he cancel this all out? Especially when you hear stuff like this.
Like 22,000 calories.
Right. If you wanted to burn enough calories to cancel out
well, you just did
what he just ate, you would have to run. You burn, and this is sad, you burn about 100 calories an hour when you're running.
Oh, totally running?
No way. No. I'm sorry. 100 calories a mile, which is still very sad.
Yeah. Oh,
Either way.
When you talk about having 22,000 calories to lose.
It's going to take a while. In fact, so basically they say if you were to run from New York City to Boston, that's 216 miles. That's not quite what it would take to cancel out all of the calories in the hot dogs he ate.
Well, you just can't. You just can't possibly do that.
No, you couldn't do it. That's several marathons. That's like 9 marathons you'd have to run right there.
There's a few YouTubers that I've watched that do not competitive food eating, but like they eat for their channel. And they have to be very fit. They work out. It is training. Like, they don't live this 22,000 calorie, however many hot dog thing all the time. So they are opposite. Any other time they're not doing a food competition.
Yeah, I feel that we might have to get on this, like whatever the Joey Chestnut regiment is to keep him thin. We might have to get on it.
Not the 76 hot dog ones.
No,
we're not doing that. But what's his other?
Yeah, I think whatever his workout routine is something we could all benefit from. Because if he can stay thin eating 76 hot dogs once a year and then training for that as well, then that's probably a good enough workout routine to keep all of us in good shape.
I'm still fascinated, though. Like, what does that do to your body? Your body's like, whoa!
Yeah.
we had 76 hot dogs.
You have to ramp up to his body's used to it. That's the sad part. And he's still able to stay in shape.
Your body, like our body, because we're doing a food fight in like an hour, our body's like, we had all 3 types of chips.
Yep, our body gets thrown off at that. And we do it pretty regularly.
Yeah.
So.
Well, does Joe enjoy Chestnuts? He does other competitive eating. He doesn't just do Nathan's.
Right. So it's just a constant barrage of food going down his gullet. And I don't know. He does something to wipe it all out and cancel it all out.
Well,
so
no,
good
thank
for him.
Good for him, but no thank you for us.
We'll pass.
People who are the best get awards. People who are the worst get their own podcast. The Worst of the Riot.
Nikki, I'm doing something that I've never done tonight.
Okay. What are you going to do?
Gonna watch the match.
Now, it sounds like a reality competition.
Doesn't it sound like, well, in a way it is.
Is it boxing? Is it basketball? Is it baseball? What is it?
Oh, no, you're way off. I think it sounds like it does need a rebrand because it sounds like the new terrible dating show that would be on Netflix, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
There's like it's online dating, but you're not actually in. It's a reality show about online dating and you're trying to match up with people. It's probably horrible. No, that's not actually what it is. The match is golf.
Oh, it is.
I've never watched golf before.
Is it like is it a reality competition thing or is it just like a golf match?
It is just one match. Probably why it's called The Match.
Good.
It is. This is the second time they've done it. If you remember last year, it is kind of how they brought back sports. This is the first event that showed up after the pandemic got rolling. And it was, at that time, Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning against Tom Brady and Phil Mickelson. And they paired them up and you play a round of golf, 18 holes, and Tiger and Peyton Manning won.
Yeah.
And I think it was all for charity or whatever. And that was the first, tons of people watched it because it was the first time there was some kind of sports back on since the pandemic had gotten started.
And people were missing it so much, they're like, I'll watch anything.
Yeah, right. You just wanted some kind of live sporting event, something. And then since they got the football names in there, it kind of opened up the audience, which is exactly what they're doing again this year.
So this will be in Big Sky, Montana.
Yep. And it's Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady back once again, trying to get a win this time against Bryson DeChambeau. He's a golfer.
Yeah.
A name you might not know if you don't follow golf. And Aaron Rodgers.
Of course we know him.
Obviously.
Oh, and Aaron Rodgers. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, we know Aaron Rodgers, which is why I have to watch. And that you put Aaron Rodgers on TV, I'll be there watching.
You're ready to go?
Especially with all the drama going on. So I will suffer through the golf to see Aaron Rodgers against Tom Brady.
I think it's a fun idea.
Yeah.
So it's always a golf pro and someone with football.
Right. And I think it'll be a little more even this time because Aaron, of course, let me bring in my expert golf analysis. Again, never having watched a moment of golf on TV or in person in my life.
You're the best expert here, so.
But I do know Phil Mickelson is quite old for a professional golfer. He's 50-something. And Bryson DeChambeau, he's in his prime. Like, he is actually one of the better golfers. Now, Phil Mickelson won a major recently, so they've each had success this year. But Bryson DeChambeau's younger. He is known for huge shots off the tee. He can just drive it like nobody's business. So that should help him out. And Aaron Rodgers, I'm always going to take him over Tom Brady, especially when the less team you have involved and less coaches, the more it advantages Aaron Rodgers over Tom Brady.
Well, Rodgers says, though, he hasn't been playing much golf.
Doesn't need to.
He literally
He's already
played
so good.
8 rounds since last August. He says that's not a made-up stat, so we're not really sure how that'll do. But that's tonight if anybody ends up watching it. If you missed on Friday, Hudson and I went a round of golf.
We did, yeah.
We played Mario Golf.
That was
the
the real
Super
match.
Rush, and it doesn't count. Like, we didn't have any pros with us,
so
that was
count.
our own game. But you can watch that if you missed it on Friday at RadioU RIOT on Facebook and our YouTube channel. I think we have a better appreciation for golf now that we played Mario
Well, now
Golf.
that I played that, I totally understand it. I'm just going to be watching and screaming at the TV, telling Aaron Rodgers and Bryson DeChambeau what to do. Just be like, do your Waluigi power shot. Come on, guys.
Where's Yoshi? Why aren't we done with this hole yet?
Yeah, right.
Why are you actually walking
Where's
it? What are
all
you doing?
the Koopa Troopas?
So that's our new golf style, but I guess if you want to watch real golf stuff.
I really don't, but
today.
I have to watch Aaron Rodgers against Tom Brady. You have to do it. And maybe this will be Aaron Rodgers announcing that he's retiring from football because the Packers won't commit to him.
So this is called The Match. Is it on ESPN or where is it?
It's on TV.
You got to find
it
out by
starts
tonight.
at 5. It's tonight.
That's
it's
all
in
you need to worry
Montana.
about.
You can watch it somewhere, but we all have the internet. We'll figure it out.
You'll find out. It's no
not
problem.
my job to tell you. I'm supposed to be entertaining, not informative.
Until you want to watch it, then you got to find out yourself.
Right. You have Google.
The definition of insanity is putting the riot on again and again and expecting a better result. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
In the Philippines, some people will watch this and they will just cry. On Friday,
when you see all this destruction,
they do this regularly. They took a mechanical digger and destroyed over $1 million worth of luxury cars. They just tore them to shreds.
Yeah.
And this is a regular thing they do because these cars are cars that were smuggled into the country somehow. Mm-hmm. And so their president, his name is Rodrigo Duterte, and he wants this to be a deterrent to future smugglers, where he wants them to see the destruction and just realize that it's not worth it smuggling these cars into the country. So it's a normal thing that they do instead of, all kinds of things they could do with these cars, right? They could be put to good use.
Well, a lot of times, like here, don't they, if it gets confiscated, it goes in and goes on a sale and then that money goes back.
Right. Wouldn't the government there like to have more money? What government wouldn't?
I guess it just is they hope that the deterrent would be worth more than the money that they'd make. When they first said $1 million, I thought, is it $1 or 2 cars.
No, it is. It's 21.
21
but,
vehicles.
It takes a lot of vehicles to add up to $1 million. But I just don't understand the idea of the deterrent, as if one of the car smugglers, they're all gathered around. He's like, hold up, guys.
We're not doing it.
Not sure
No.
that actually we should follow through with this. You saw what happened to the last round of cars we smuggled.
We learned our lesson.
They got destroyed. Now, this is a McLaren S20R or something like that. It's a fine piece of machinery.
It is sad to see it all. Like, there's a Bentley, there's a Porsche, there's a Mercedes, a Lotus, the McLaren.
Yeah.
And they're all really nice looking cars.
Whichever the McLaren, whatever it's called, they only made 250 of them. The McLaren S20R.
You know who really loses out? Cars.
Yeah.
The cars do.
Well, that's right. These are finely crafted. You know who's shedding a tear? Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, the car
collectors.
collectors.
And the comedians in cars. And Jay Leno. All these car guys. Vin Diesel in the Fast and the Furious. That's the next Fast and Furious movie should be. They save these cars because the cars are part of the family.
Now, I want to say something if you're looking at the pictures. Now, you tell me this might be just a, controversial statement or something. Maybe this isn't real. But to me, do you notice how they only tear apart the windshield and the top part of it?
Well, what else are you supposed to do?
Well, that leaves the rest of the car fairly intact.
I mean, how can you...
you can. Can you put a new windshield on it?
Well, listen, these are finely crafted pieces of it. They are finely tinkered with. So you throw one thing off, one hair out of place.
And it'll cost a lot.
It'll throw everything out of whack.
I'm just saying, I think then they could sell the rest of the cars off for the
You think?
pieces. Yeah, and then make some money. Because it's not like they're actually, they didn't destroy them all. It's not completely destroyed.
Yeah, I don't know.
They just raked at the top of it.
So you think this is all a hoax?
I think they're trying to play both sides of it.
They are?
They're making an example of it for the car smugglers, and then they're going to sell off the pieces of it to other car smugglers.
Look at that, Nikki, hatching a conspiracy theory.
Well, I just keep looking. I'm like, why didn't he dig deeper? Like, that's not ruined. I'd still drive that. I
mean, the engines seem like they would mostly be fine based off of what they're doing. You're right, and that's what you really are paying for is the finely tuned engines there. So... I don't know. Oh, no, wait. They're coming back. I've got a video of a guy with a sledgehammer. Oh, no. They're running the mechanical digger over it now. So I think you're just not seeing the whole picture here.
I have to watch more of it?
Yeah, they are destroyed.
Well, we've been warned. We're not drug smugglers or car smugglers in the Philippines.
Yeah.
But really, the biggest loss is the cars themselves.
Yeah.
They're so pretty.
How could you claim to care about cars or anything? How could you have a heart inside your body and see these cars destroyed and ever consider doing anything illegal ever again?
Nope, changed.
Yeah, this is it's a whole new lease on life that these smugglers are going to have now that they've seen what their actions lead to.
That's right.
Riot Podcast, RadioU.
New Lego set coming your way. You're about to be able to buy the Seinfeld Lego set.
Now, I feel with our recent Seinfeld news of the soundtrack that came out.
Oh, yeah.
And then I thought there was something else Seinfeld-wise. Like, did we...
Well, Jerry himself is doing the Pop-Tart movie for Netflix.
Right. There's that one. I feel like there was some sort of changeover in the merchandise deal that Seinfeld had with everybody, because now you're like, why is all the Seinfeld stuff coming out?
Yeah, it's had a little of a resurgence.
Funko Pops, that was it.
Yeah.
That too.
It's a Seinfeld Descent.
Yes,
they're bringing it back for a new generation because Seinfeld got started, I think it was 1989. It's been a long time, which also makes it kind of funny that now they're putting out a Lego set, which normally are for children, but they are putting out a Lego set of the famous Seinfeld apartment where you can get Jerry, Elaine, George, Kramer, and Newman's even involved. So they're really taking it to the next level. And that is going to be, if you're a Lego VIP member, which if you are, you probably already know about this.
Oh,
you don't need us to tell you. This is old news. But if you're a Lego VIP member, July 21st, you'll be able to buy it. And for everybody else, all of us normies, August 1st, you'll be able to buy the Seinfeld Lego set for a mere $79.99.
That's actually not bad. Like, if you don't do Legos are so expensive.
Yeah, they really are.
It's a shame they're so expensive.
Although you do get 1,326 pieces. That
That's
feels
not
like a lot.
It's not a lot.
No, it's not.
It's not a lot.
It's enough to frustrate me. If I'm trying to put it together.
But not in the same way. You a lot of these sets can get like $200-$300.
I guess when you factor in that, like, even each of the characters is at least would be considered 4 pieces, do you think? Legs, body, head, and hair.
Probably, but again...
Except George, he doesn't have hair.
They are... Well, it's on the side. They gave him hair on the side. This is really similar to Friends. They came out with a Central Perk set. So it's basically the same sort of styling of it, but it's the Seinfeld set.
Then it's actually made as a set, or like made to look like a TV set and not like not like it's real life.
I like that part because on the top it's got like cameras and lighting, so I think that's a nice touch.
Now people can finally start putting into action the conspiracy theory of how Jerry's hallway is laid out in relation to his apartment, because it makes no sense. The way his door opens into the apartment.
Yeah.
And then the way sometimes you'll see him or other characters like yelling out of the apartment.
How
the
is
front
that possible?
door. Yeah. How the hallway even makes sense in relation to it. So, now you'll have, hopefully this answers all those questions.
Well, everybody will have to figure out too, like, what's the next sort of renaissance with the show? Because we've had already Friends, unlike old shows that now everybody watches. Well, Frasier's supposed to be redone.
I know. That's why I think they're going to be putting a Lego set out of it.
You've got Friends, The Office, Seinfeld. What else was there? Like, would Parks and Rec come back? Or is that still not old enough? Or
it's getting there. I don't know if it will come back, but will it have some kind of like pop culture resurgence?
Yeah. Like,
or is it popular?
Merch-wise, what's the next thing to be where we'll see everything?
Yeah, it's hard to find. You know what it is? It's the Big Bang Theory. Like, that's going to go through a little lull, and
then
eventually
that'll come back.
The Big Bang Theory will be the big thing, and we'll have to suffer through that.
Is it healthy eating so many snacks, chips, and Oreos every single morning? No, of course not. But they do it for you.
Too many guys got their stomach for this line of work.
That's real love. It's the Riot on RadioU.
West Virginia is involved in a new world record, Nikki.
What do they got?
And so, obviously, natural light is involved. West Virginia.
Of course, beer would be involved in this. I feel like
obviously.
That's the cause of it.
And not even like fancy, I guess no beer is fancy, but not even upper tier beer. It is the lowest of the low. That's what I associate with West Virginia, and that's
not you guys
people
in West Virginia, lovely people.
No, you're not the lowest of the low people, but I just mean.
Are you saying there's other states? What are you saying?
When I've walked into gas stations in West Virginia, I see a big display of cheap beer, and it's Natural Light. That's what the sheets are selling me there.
Well, Natural Light beer broke the Guinness World Record.
Yes.
For the longest slip and slide.
Yeah, it's actually very, very visually impressive. They did this at the Canaan Valley Resort, which is in Davis, West Virginia, and this slip and slide, almost a half mile long, over 2,000 feet. This thing breaking the previous record. The previous record was 2,007 feet. This one is 2,021 feet. So they just edged it out. And yeah, if you take a look at the video of people going down this thing, man,
that looks a lot of fun.
It's not your dad's slip and slide where he just has a hose and it cuts your back wide open and.
This looks
and
more
by the
professional.
Time you're all muddy and people are lubing up with soap. This is actually where they've got some water cannons going, inflatables. They really went all out for this thing to set the record for the world's longest slip and slide.
So the marketing for Natural Light said they chose West Virginia because of its scenery and its hills. That's why they chose to do this here. They had 100
It wasn't
people.
The people.
It wasn't the people.
No, we just really wanted to share this with the people of West Virginia.
And the hills.
No, we just like the hills.
So they said that 100 people joined in, rode the record-breaking slide. You had to be 21 or older, and that's it. They said it was nice and fast and exhilarating. So that was the world's longest slip and slide. Broke the previous record, now 2021. feet long. That's the West Virginia thing. I don't think it stays up. Like, I think it was just for that time.
It's that's gone. You can't run that
you can't
continuously.
bring that back. Yeah.
You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Happy food fight to you.
Happy Food Fight Day.
It feels almost too convenient that just 2 days ago, or I guess on Friday, 2 show days ago, Nikki and I were having a debate. I was complaining about how she was coaxing me into eating chips early in the morning, which is wrong.
So I had a few potato chips for breakfast.
And all of a sudden now I'm being forced to eat potato chips, if you can call Pringles that.
So we have 3 Pringles flavors to try for our food fight this morning. The question is, which order would you like them in, Hudson? We've got Wendy's spicy chicken, the rotisserie chicken, and the scorchin' sour cream and onions.
Well, I definitely feel that we need to do the rotisserie chicken first, because if the spice lingers from either of the other two, you're not going to get a good sense of the rotisserie chicken. So.
Now, for the rotisserie chicken Pringles, it says new, but it doesn't say limited. So this is probably one. Do you like to taste test with 1 or 2?
I think one is enough.
Is 1 enough?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's the sound they use for the commercials right there. It's not fake.
Does that taste like a rotisserie chicken? I don't know.
You know what?
It's not bold enough. There's not enough there.
It's not bad. You know what it tastes like? Oh my gosh. This is ramen chicken seasoning.
Yes.
It is.
The powder.
They literally took a ramen packet and dumped it into this Pringles tin, and they're calling it rotisserie chicken.
It doesn't even really smell like a rotisserie chicken. And if you eat rotisserie chicken, there is a smell and there's a taste. No, I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely, it doesn't scream rotisserie chicken. It feels more like ramen.
They should have just put ramen chicken on the thing.
Hey, give them time. Maybe they will.
It's not that chicken ramen noodles with the chicken seasoning actually taste like chicken either.
It's just that essence of it.
Right, the salty chicken broth type. Yeah, that's what that is. But it's all right.
It's just, I don't know if it's as spot on as I thought a rotisserie chicken Pringle would be.
Yeah.
So the next one is a special offer on the lid. What do we get?
Do we get a coupon?
You download the app, you enter the code, and you unlock a special Wendy's offer.
Man, I can't do the Wendy's app.
Well, you want me to give someone else the code?
I mean, I wish if the Wendy's app actually ever worked for me. Maybe I'm the only one that has these issues, but I can never get the Wendy's. It will not take any online payments as much as I try. No.
Did you call your bank about it?
Are you kidding me?
Actually, that sounds so unhealthy. You call your bank, you're like, my Wendy's app won't work.
Yeah.
Why can't I use
They're going to take my bank account away if I do that.
Like, you're not allowed to have it.
You need to be at least 18 to bank here.
They'll notice. So Wendy's came out a while ago with the Baconator one. Not everybody was as crazy about the Baconator Pringles. So this one is the Wendy's spicy chicken.
Man, I need a palate cleanser. I still taste the ramen chips.
You need a water in between?
I've got to wash it away. Drank my coffee. Let's see.
Now, you've had a spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's more recently than I have. Mm-hmm. That's good, though. I think that tastes good. Does it scream spicy chicken?
It's a little spicy.
Just like the rotisserie chicken, my answer would be no.
At first, I was concerned about the rotisserie chicken chips, like that flavor had lingered. So I drank the coffee, then the coffee flavor lingered. So now I'm only getting the spice. So let's try one more time.
Wendy's spicy chicken Pringles. They're not like overwhelmingly spicy.
You know what, though? That actually is pretty accurate to the spicy chicken
I feel
seasoning.
Like you're getting like the coating of the chicken, like the crispy part.
Yeah.
And you're getting enough of the taste. That's better than the Baconator ones.
It's kind of, again, it's just a little off to where, because with the Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich, you'd be getting like mayo and the buttery bun and I guess they put lettuce or something on it.
Not on mine.
I'm just getting spicy chicken nugget because I'm not tasting that other stuff.
Yeah, but it's good.
It's still pretty decent, and it really does kind of match the flavoring you would expect from Wendy's.
I don't know if it's necessarily the flavor you would go back to if it was like an always
I don't think about
flavor.
that. I think I like the ramen rotisserie chicken better.
So the last one is Pringles Scorchin' Sour Cream and Onion. They're scorching flavors. The heat comes real fast, and then that's kind of it.
Yeah.
It's not lingering. It has the the neon sort of orangish, reddish, spotty
The
heat
very
flavoring.
unnatural,
All right,
unnatural coloring.
last Pringle for your food fight.
Oh,
How scorching is it?
I like sour cream and onion.
That's a good flavor with it. Oh, that one's good. Now,
I still am not
heat.
feeling any scorch.
I'm getting it right over here. I put the chip over there. So it's really the dusting that's on the chip.
I put now I'm starting to feel a little.
It could be the coffee is gonna really kill that.
I feel that the Wendy's one was spicier.
That one's good though. The sour cream flavor with it's good.
It's just your standard sour cream and onion. Like it's not setting the world on fire with changing the sour cream and onion game.
Well, you have to think like Pringles can't go too scorching because then everybody will be it'll be too hot for everybody.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that one the most. That one's my favorite.
I'm not the biggest Pringles fan, but those are actually all pretty decent.
Pretty good.
I think I'd take the Wendy's one last out of the three.
Aww. Wendy says why?
I think I'd just rather actually have Wendy's.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's true.
If I could just get their app to take my money.
Good showing on the Wendy's spicy chicken, the rotisserie chicken. I still don't know how spot on that is.
Yeah.
And then the scorchin' sour cream and onion, that one, at least to me, I like that one the best.
Not bad. Don't know. Again, it's not that they nailed the flavors, but they taste at least good. And now it's time to put those chips away until at least noon.
Now it's time for the Riot Food Fight Water Edition.
Yeah, that's right.
We go
the
get
palate
a drink.
cleanser. We need to soak up the heat in
Just
here.
something to, clean it out a bit. That was a lot of flavors there in a few minutes.
That's right.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
So the U.S. is withdrawing all of our troops from Afghanistan. There's a lot that goes with that, but at least for the troops themselves, it's definitely good news. Good to see them coming home. But there's a lot of stuff you don't think about when people are coming home from war, when a war comes to an end, like Pokemon. You don't think.
Didn't even think about that one.
No, let's be honest. How much have we even thought about Pokemon Go at all for the last couple of years?
I know, but they were saying that, when you're deployed like that and you are in an area for so long, that anything reminds you of home tends to really kind of take hold there.
Yeah.
And so Pokemon Go was very popular among all the troops.
Yep.
And they put a lot of time and effort into their Pokemon stuff there for Pokemon Go. And they were sad to leave the gym stuff behind.
Yeah, because I guess a lot of basically Pokemon Go reflects where people are playing it. So with a lot of the troops where they were stationed there, they were all playing it in this one certain area. So now all the Pokemon are showing up around there. All the gyms are in that area. But now once the troops withdraw, there will be a lot less people there to play. And with that, the gyms may just kind of be untouched for a while. But if you know Pokemon Go, you would know that you have to, when you own a gym, you have to leave one of your Pokemon behind or more to guard it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now there's going to be.
Take over the gym then?
They could.
Okay,
but I guess the concern is there's just not so many people playing there anymore.
Well, they didn't want to lose their gym. Like, they didn't want to lose control over them.
Yeah, but you also have to. You're leaving your cherished Pokemon behind as you go to the United States or wherever you may wind up. You're going away, and your Pokemon has to stay behind in Afghanistan, still fighting the good fight out there.
So they said that there are still some civilian workers and locals in the area who they were hopefully trying to work with so that they could keep their gyms up, just to make sure that it wasn't totally abandoned when they were leaving. So they wanted to find more players who could help, and then a lot of them wanted to maybe down the road have a chance to go back and just see what the gym was like down the road.
Right, and I guess Pokemon Go, the way it works too is if your Pokemon gets beaten when it's guarding a gym, then it gets returned to you once it runs out of health or whatever. So at some point, if somebody comes over, takes over the gym, defeats the American troops, Pokemon, it will be returned to them wherever they are.
Then they'll get it back.
So I want to see videos of that because you see the videos of, the dad coming home to his daughter or his wife or, whatever it is. But it's a Pokemon getting returned to
and you're like, that's terrible. But that's what, that made them happy while they were there. And thanks to Stacy, she just texted the same thing. She said, yes, if at the gym once it's knocked out, it'll return to the trainer back in the United States.
Yeah, it needs to be reunited with his troop at home.
So I guess you kind of want someone to take over the gym once you defeat it, so you get your Pokemon back.
That would be a good, heartfelt, tear-jerking video that I would love to see. Yeah. So hey, if you're happy about the troops coming home, just remember that there's still some good Pokemon out there.
The equivalent of someone's lint collection. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
The chicken sandwich wars have just been taken to a whole new level.
I didn't think we were still at war with any of that.
Oh no, we are. The war never ends. War is forever.
I'm a peaceful person.
And especially when it comes to chicken sandwiches, where KFC put out and has already taken away the cheesy zinger triple down.
So what was we used to have the double down.
We used to have the double down. That was years ago.
Wasn't that the 2 chicken sandwiches or?
It was 2 fried chicken breasts you would get on if you just got a chicken sandwich between the buns, except the chicken was the bun. Mm. So there was 2 of those, and then there was a special sauce and cheese. Yeah, cheese and bacon in between. Well, in Singapore, KFC took it to the next level. They did the cheesy zinger triple down. So it was 2 bigger pieces of chicken as the buns with a smaller piece of chicken inside. and then cheese and mayo and bacon.
It is 3 crispy fried zinger fillets. That's the real term for them. Turkey bacon, a slice of American cheese, and a whole lot of KFC cheese sauce and mayo.
Cheese sauce. I don't know if I want KFC cheese sauce.
I appreciate the smaller fillet in the middle of the 2 big ones, like the bun.
Well,
but
you want it to be manageable.
Yeah,
you don't want it to feel too gluttonous or anything.
Looks a bit much. Let's see. They didn't keep it around for long. Oh, it looks like it's already been taken off. But they
somehow
had it there.
We're only just hearing about this now, but it was actually late last month. So late in June, they put this out, and it was probably only around for a week or so before they wound up getting rid of it. However, you still can get the Zinger Double Down there in Singapore. So yeah, I mean, if you want the workers at KFC to really judge you, I'm sure you could go in. They have their chicken sandwiches and say, I would like you to just give me 3 of the patties, please.
Just make this.
Right. 3 of the fine, moist, crispy fried chicken breasts and some cheese and bacon, and I'll put it together.
It's the Zinger fillets. Please remember the Zinger fillets.
Do we have Zingers? Aren't those the smaller ones? Isn't that like the little? Oh wait, those are Chicken Littles.
Yeah, these say the Zinger fillets. The only thing I'm curious about is why the choice of turkey bacon. Doesn't that seem a bit odd?
Maybe that's a Singapore thing.
Normally, turkey bacon, you're like, I'm cutting back. I don't want the calories of regular bacon.
You wouldn't want the triple down chicken sandwich to be too unhealthy for you.
But it feels like the rest of this is so unhealthy. You're like, why would we stop there and not just have regular bacon?
Maybe. It was just the real bacon was just a little too greasy.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki. Oh my God, no way. On RadioU.
No way, no way.
Nikki and I's next vacation. We're booking it right now
for the show. Going?
Would you rather go to Montana or Idaho?
I think Montana.
Yeah, Montana?
I feel like it just, I don't know if I've been there before. I don't think I have.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I flew over it or drove through part of it, but I don't think I ever stayed there. But I think, both are supposed to be really beautiful. But I'd go with Montana.
And now we'd have something to do if we go. We could hunt
I hear a tone in your voice.
What?
What are we supposed to be doing there?
We can hunt and kill wolves, finally.
Well, I don't want to.
Why not?
Well, why would I want to?
Because they just made it legal.
Just because you're making it legal? No.
Haven't you just been waiting for a time where you could finally...
No.
I've just been thinking all my life. I've been thinking...
You want to kill a wolf?
Yes, if they would just allow me to kill a wolf... Dude, I would gladly go, and pop one of them right in the head.
Why, now that it's legalized, it's going to be a gateway thing and it's going to lead to bigger animals.
Right.
And, like, before you know it, bear.
I think you can't kill bears.
I hope not.
Yeah, you can.
Well, no,
Where do you think the big taxidermied ones come from?
Well,
you think they just happened upon a dead bear decaying and they're like, I can fix this up?
I think when it's an older bear and it just falls asleep.
Yeah.
You know, like just doesn't wake up after one hibernation.
Happens to fall asleep on people's floors, and so they remove the innards and just leave it where it was. Turn it into a rug.
Oh no.
You don't think that's how it happens?
No, that's not in my mind.
I wasn't thinking of it because I was thinking with you that that is a slippery slope of what other bigger animals can we kill, but wolves are actually smaller than a lot of the other options.
If you think I can kill a wolf, you're very wrong. I don't think I could ever do it.
Come on.
Even if it's charging at me, I'd still try to reason with it.
You would?
I'd be like,
You
wait,
try
I'll
to
hug
pet
you. Yeah, like, don't come after me. I don't want to shoot you.
Well, Montana and Idaho have legalized the killing of wolves on a massive scale. So I guess there's going to be wolf hunting season. I don't understand that much about it. But, of course, some people are upset about it because these wolves that they are not going to be able to kill are actually a conservation success story.
Oh, they brought them back.
Yeah, they used to be an endangered species, and they, through, of course, very strident conservation efforts, have brought back the population so much so now to the point that Montana and Idaho and some other actual Rocky states are also considering to legalize the hunting of gray wolves.
They're ready to ruin it again. I didn't know this, though. They said gray wolves have been, hunted since their arrival. They were brought here by Europeans. In the 20th century, they'd been almost to near extinction. Then they did a protection act, and it was reintroduced into the Yellowstone National Park and Central Idaho in the 1990s.
Yep.
And so conservation-wise, they were considered a success story, but now maybe there's too many. I do understand too many of animals can also cause issues on its own.
Yeah.
I know in our area they do that with some, but then we can also go too far with it.
Yeah, I don't know what will wind up happening. But hey, if they are brought over from Europe, maybe they just don't belong. Maybe they're an invasive species. We've talked about this. When you get
species.
It's invasive.
They've been here for so long. It's all right.
That doesn't mean that they're not invasive.
If it became endangered, it cannot be an invasive species.
No, it's not endangered in Europe, is it?
Listen,
where it came from?
We're not going for a riot hunting video. We're not doing that. We're not doing it. That's going to have to be on your own vacation time. And I don't even know if I'll sign off on that. I can't do it. I'll be like, no, you may not go.
But it's legal. It's okay. It's government sanctioned.
Oh, look, Jayway, no, I'm not okay.
We can get permits. The governor of Montana signed the bill.
Just because everybody's jumping off the bridge. No.
Come on in. We don't want so many wolves anymore. We need somebody to get rid of them.
Then I'll take them to another state.
It's going to have to be us.
No, it's not.
Do you want to do a smuggling, like an underground railroad for the wolves?
Oh, I can bring them out to different
bring them to a state where it's safe.
No, because then it's that type of movie where you come out and there's a group of people waiting and it was a trap. And I didn't know it.
The lights pop on really bright out of the tunnel you're coming out of.
And I just brought them all to them.
Yeah, and now all the wolves are in trouble.
If you missed out on the next riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Now, talking of food, did you know, Nikki, that the ridges on the outsides of Ritz Crackers, they're not just to look pretty?
It's to hold the cheese, isn't it?
To hold the cheese?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, like on a Ritz cracker.
How would the little...
more like on the top part, but you mean like around the edge of it?
On the outside of the Ritz cracker, you know how it's got the indentations. It's not just a round, flat, a circular edge. There is the little indentations to it.
The scalloped edges?
Yes, you could say that. It is actually to cut cheese.
Oh, so you roll it?
You roll it over. It makes little perforations in your cheese.
No.
And then all of a sudden you can just slide that cheese right apart and make it, cut it into the perfect size to stack on your Ritz.
Dude, that's crazy. I never knew that. And thank you, TikTok. I see that. Looks like a TikTok find.
It is a TikTok. It was posted by Ritz themselves. They wanted the world to know. I feel like they should have done an ad campaign.
Oh, about it?
Yeah, for this long ago. I mean, they've been around for years. Once a generation, they need to just do a big, giant ad campaign so that everybody learns that this is how you do it. Although,
well, I'm a little worried, though, depending on the cheese that you're getting.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know if it's...
I think it's more like maybe someone was like, hey, this kind of looks like it'll do it, but that won't cut most cheese.
Yeah, I think if you get the really bottom of the barrel American cheese, that comes individually wrapped.
Hey, coming off 4th of July, can we say that a little better? Our American cheese is not the bottom of the barrel.
I have
You can go lower.
There's a special place in my heart for the American cheese right there.
The slice?
Yeah, and it actually goes great on a Ritz. Yeah. So this would be perfect for that. If you're going with anything more substantial, you got a nice Colby Jack, say, or
I love a Javiardi.
A Javiardi, yeah, a mozzarella. I don't know if it's going to work as well for that.
So you have to see, Jim said, are you talking about cutting the cheese on the radio? Yes, Jim. Let's not be so immature. It's Ritz.
I don't even understand that joke because I am too mature.
Too mature for that.
When we would never talk about such a thing.
So it was Ritz that unveiled on their TikTok that, if you take a Ritz cracker, the scallop edge around it, you just can act like it's a little cutter for the cheese.
Which, a cutter for the cheese. We're not doing that. I
think they're assuming I just rip it.
I know, it's not that hard
which also sounds so stupid. It all does. Never mind.
You heard it. Nikki doesn't cut the cheese. She just rips it.
Well, walked right into that one.
Yep, that's right.
I think we're done with
Anyways,
Ritz talk.
Crackers. You can use them to cut your cheese.
Yes, you can.
Hudson, Nikki, the Riot, Radio U.
One of the things Jared Mark makes me think about a lot is he used to be in Graceful Closure.
Yeah, and Uvoya.
Yep, and Uvoya, right? And his brother, one of his brothers, was in the band with him. I remember them coming into an interview, and one of the big things that his brother was talking about, I don't even remember his brother's name. Do you?
Well, no, now that it's been a while.
It's not Chad. It's it doesn't matter. Bryce. Is it Bryce? Bryce is one of them.
Yes.
I think it's Bryce.
Yeah, that feels right.
It feels right. Anyways, one of Jared's brothers came in and he was talking about how he got a subscription to a car wash.
Yes.
and it sounds ridiculous, but actually car washes are so underrated. They're actually really entertaining. To go through, it's fun. I think it's fun to go through the car wash.
Well, then they're going to get you.
They are. I've never bought a subscription because, I don't know. I guess I should. I should just get unlimited car washes. I really do like getting my car washed. And it's really great, especially during summer festival season when you wind up going to a show where your car is just torched with mud. It is just covered head to toe. And you're like, how can this car... It'll never be the same color again. And then it's magic. You go to the car wash, all of a sudden it looks like it's brand new, straight out of the dealership, straight off of the lot.
And it's so exciting the second you drive it right out. You're like, look at this.
Yeah.
It's all back to normal.
And it just goes to show, man, no matter how dirty your car gets, you get the right car wash and all of a sudden it's back good as new, at least on the outside. And actually, that's kind of what God does for us. You might think, I've got so much baggage, I've got so much dirt on me that I can never be clean enough. I can just never be good enough because all this stuff I got to carry with me. But God is like the big car wash. Jesus can come into your life and clean all of that out. I mean, it doesn't erase it from history altogether, but it's a totally new start. It's just like your car going through the car wash. It's not literally brand new, but it's like a totally fresh start for your car where you can start making it dirty all over again. And if you start talking to God and you say, hey, God, I've got all this stuff that's gone on in my life. I've been carrying it with me, and it's weighing me down, and it's making me dirty, whatever. God's going to say, I'm going to clean you up. I'm going to take care of you. All that stuff can be washed away. No matter how much dirt there is, it can be washed away, and Jesus is ready to do that for you. So start talking to him about it. Say, hey, God, I want some help here. I want some of this stuff washed away. start talking to God and let him talk to you about it, because he will, and that'll help a lot.
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.